My name is Blaise Lamport. I work at JISC and my apprenticeship is a level 7 solicitor apprenticeship. Well, I always knew I wanted to go into law, and it became a running joke in my family that I was going to be a barrister because I like to argue a lot with my dad. So eventually it just became a thing, and then I looked into it more and realised that it was something I was interested in doing, and the academic side of it really appealed to me. Well, I knew I didn't want to go to uni straight away. I never really wanted to go to uni, even when we were talking about it in GCSEs. It just wasn't something that appealed to me, and so I decided that I was just going to take a year out, figure out what I wanted to do. And then I didn't even realise that there was massive amounts of legal apprenticeships available. I thought it was only selectively in London, and I didn't want to move to London. So I was trying to figure out what I could do with my apprenticeship. And eventually a friend that I went to school with said that she managed to find one up in the north, which is where I'm based. And I decided to look around and I found it. The Prospects website, I just typed in apprenticeships in Newcastle and it came up as a remote one, so I decided that I would just put an application in and see what happened. So my apprenticeship is set up where I do 1 day of study a week and 4 days of work. So typically you can choose what your study day is, and it can depend on when they set up the lectures or when you've got business events going on. And then typically in work we have project-based work and matter-based work. So project-based work, you work with about 3 or 4 other colleagues on in-house projects that the business needs doing or that the team wants doing. And then matter-based work, when you're qualified, you typically choose which ones you would like to pick up, and it's where the business submits legal queries and we respond to them and give them advice. But obviously, as I'm still an apprentice, I work closely with my manager and he directs me into what matters I can pick up, and I work very closely alongside him. I enjoy the social side of it. I think especially in JISC it's a very social based atmosphere, so there's always stuff going on, there's always travelling, there's always people that you're talking to, the other apprentices that we have in the cohort, and there's always team meetings and Zoom meetings, so it's all very nice. And the challenging part is definitely balancing study and work. It takes a lot of getting used to it, it takes a lot of organisation and determination to make sure you're doing it properly. I would like to be a judge, which is quite ambitious, I've heard, but I'm really interested in it, and I'm really interested in the cases and the case law behind it. So I would love to sit down and listen to 2 sides of the story and figure out, do a verdict. Yeah. Well, something I always thought about apprenticeships, which is not true, is that it's very labour-based, manual labour. And I think going into school you do get the impression that apprenticeships are for people who want to go in the trades and want to do electricians or stuff like that. And you never really hear about the academic apprenticeships until you start researching it yourself. But there are so many academic ones out there for everyone. Make sure you understand what it's actually going to be. Set realistic expectations for when you come in, because I think sometimes they are a bit glorified of people think that it's just going to be a breeze, but they are challenging, but they're challenging for a reason. So make sure you actually know what you want to do and make sure you're coming into it with a clear head.